What is going on, guys? It's another episode of the How Not To podcast. I'm joined with LP and Shadow, and we got a lot of crazy, insane shit to talk about. But before we get about that huge topic, let's talk about some goofy ass shit. Cause why the fuck not? Also, before we
Oh
get
my
to
god,
that,
they scored a goal! Hell yeah!
what?
I'm sorry, I'm watching a
Where
soccer
did that
match.
come from?
I'm sorry, I'm watching a soccer match right
He's
now.
watching a soccer game.
Oh. Well, anyways, speaking about making goals, if you want to make some big goals in Anchor.fm, you should click the link below and check out our fucking podcast there. So
You should do it.
join Anchor.fm. But anyways, so what's been happening, gamers?
I'm excited for tomorrow.
How's that? Why is that?
They're releasing the new Smash Bros. Character tomorrow. I just saw the video.
Wait, they are?
Tomorrow. It's gonna premiere.
Yo, fucking bet,
Who
dude.
do you think it's gonna be?
Oof. I have no idea, but it's
Master Chief.
It's like, let me see
Master
the
Chief.
fire pass. I feel like it's gonna...
Waluigi.
Oh yeah, they still need Adam, huh?
They never will, though.
Why not?
Nah,
He's
Disney's a bitch, bro.
Because they hate Waluigi for whatever reason, man.
What do you mean?
They're doing it on purpose, probably, dude.
Yeah, I think they're trolling us.
He's gonna be like the final character for like the final fighter pass or some shit like that.
Probably.
Yeah, bro, they're just gonna hype him up.
Bro, they need to give Waluigi his own game. Like, when are they gonna do that, bro?
You know, he's really hated, bro.
It's like
He's hated by
every
the
other Mario character practically has their own
He's really
game.
lanky, bro.
He's lanky.
No respect.
He's too skinny. That mustache.
It's like you got fucking Mario that has his game. Luigi has his game. Fucking Wario has his game. Hell, even fucking Diddy Kong, I think, has his own game with the fucking Diddy Kong
And
card.
Yoshi, bro, they gave it to an animal, didn't they?
Oh yeah, Yoshi.
Oh, yeah, they
Yoshi's
did do that.
Island.
Yeah. Holy shit! I think
Yoshi's
almost
Woolly
every
World.
character at least is playable in a way.
Practically, I mean, it's like every character's got something going for him except Luigi.
Wah.
You
Dude,
You should have not supported them, KO. You shouldn't buy those Puma shoes, bro. They weren't worth it.
those
They didn't put your
Puma
favorite
shoes.
Smash Bros. Character.
Bro, what you mean, bro? Those Puma shoes, they clean, bro.
Not
They
gonna
are
lie, when I first looked, they look clean, and then when I saw like, god damn, they look like a fucking Lego brick.
Like,
I don't
Yo, get this though. As soon as I received the Puma shoes on eBay, they were getting sold for like $300.
Well, I mean,
Wow.
So I already made my money.
I'm not gonna lie, I liked it how the inside looks of the shoe.
Oh yeah, they're
I
beautiful.
like that. I kind of do
Dude,
like
if
that
you
one. That was
saw them
pretty
in
cool.
person, they look so good in person. It's insane how nice they look.
Yeah, tell
was
that
stunned.
to all of our fucking friend group. They agree with
yeah,
Yeah, it's like some of them they're looking at me like, bro, what you doing, bruh? But I'm just like, dude, those Puma shoes.
I
Trust me, man.
Can't wait for November, guys. The release of the new console, new age.
the PS5,
Hey, yo,
Wait,
bro,
what's up,
PS5.
guys?
Wait, which
Oh my
console's coming
God.
out?
I think the PS5.
Yo, what's up, guys?
PS5 is coming out the 12th of November, and then the next day Xbox Series X and X.
Hog.
Huh?
Oh yeah, Angel joined us. Whoa, we got a
Whoa.
fourth person. Whoa, that's
Say
pretty
hi, Angel.
crazy, bro.
Say hi, Angel.
Yo, what's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Angel, you gonna betray us and join a different podcast?
Oh yeah, you want to tell us about that podcast?
The rival podcast.
Oh, boys. I don't think I could even consider it a rival, guys.
Yeah, to be honest, how you explained it, that sounded really bad.
So pretty much,
No.
some other people in the server try to invite him to a podcast, but it's filled with a bunch of goofs.
It's really like the people that are annoying.
I'm in their group chat. I've been there in group chat for a month, but never knew what I think that they were trying to make a fucking like an actual podcast themselves. And I'm just like, you're fucking kidding me?
It's not
Like-
gonna. Well, they have. I'm surprised the people that are in there. I'm just saying, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not the sharpest tools in the shed. Let's just put it that way.
Nope.
Pretty much, man.
Plus, they're not using Anchor.fm, and people in podcasts
Yeah.
that don't use that, they're
What's up
shit.
with that?
Exactly. So
They're
make
using
sure you
local-
start your podcast on
make sure you
Anchor.fm.
download Anchor right now and
Yeah,
follow
right
our
now.
podcast.
Do
Hell
it
yeah.
now, or you're gonna die.
All the
on
links
tap.
that show our podcast are in the description. We
You're
got
gonna have
Your
a
life
massive
will be
Spotify, we got
guaranteed.
Google Podcasts, we got all sorts of crazy shit I've never even heard of till now.
Yeah, we have
Yeah, dude.
low budget podcast players. You know, that's how we do it. That's how we get big.
Hell yeah, bro. You already know,
And
man.
your life will be guaranteed to be left unscathed if you
Anchor,
subscribe
please
now.
respond to me on Twitter,
Yeah.
bro. You respond to everybody, but not me, bro. That's not really cash money of y'all. I love y'all.
Bro,
I
why
haven't even
you
used-
care about Twitter, bro?
I
Why
haven't-
you care about Twitter now?
I don't even use it, to be honest. Dude. Only when we upload like a new episode, I just upload.
Oh,
Yeah.
my.
Those of y'all that are watching it on Anchor.fm, y'all the real fucking OGs. So yeah, just
Yeah,
don't
man.
Dude,
YouTube,
you know what?
the YouTube ones, y'all cool too. We fuck with y'all. Make sure you
I feel
subscribe
like-
on our YouTube though. If you haven't
I feel
subscribed
like
on our
the
YouTube,
YouTube
fuck
one
you.
is doing way better than.
It's
Yeah.
alright. It's alright though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's at its starting point. It's doing all right.
When we live streaming, boys, where are we live streaming the first episode?
Oh, yeah. But what
Oh,
are they
God.
watching? Like,
The
that's
first live
that's
stream
gonna be the
episode.
big news.
First
I can
live
act-
stream where we have our own live audience.
I can actually do it, to be honest. Angel,
We could go live on Pornhub Live.
oh my
Oh
god.
God! Fuck sake, Angel, are you trying to get us demonetized? You fucking
Damn it, dude. Now we're all gonna have like all these fucking
Yellow
guys
YouTube.
telling it. Yeah.
Yellow dollar signs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Angel. We appreciate it, man.
Now we're gonna have.
But hey, at least we're gonna make money on Anchor.fm, boys. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Anchor's the
Just
best app to use.
download Anchor FM and subscribe to our podcast, dude. Like, how hard is that?
Yeah, man.
Alright,
Absolutely.
guys. Alright, guys. What do you guys think about the debate last night?
Oh, there's
I
actually.
have no
It
clue.
was quite
Um,
interesting. It was yeah.
I
it
like
was
the
a
memes.
party.
I just like one meme that I just saw today. It's pretty funny.
Yep.
Not gonna-
I mean, we have a lot to talk about in regards to it, but before we even get into the serious topics, I just want to mention on how goofy both of them were. They were fighting like fucking toddlers. There was actually a meme I saw, fucking the moderator of domestic violence.
It looked really stupid for me because I was watching the Spanish broadcast and they had translators. It looked
¿Por
really stupid and it was actually pretty funny. Not gonna lie.
Oh my gosh,
Oh
the
my
whole
God.
thing was just a clusterfuck, honestly. But
I really can't put much input into it myself. I didn't really pay attention. All I know is that there was like a shit ton of memes based on it, and I think I got a fair idea of what the fucking two of them were.
well, I watched
we're
the whole
acting like-
podcast,
Yeah.
and I pretty much got it. I pretty much got the general
Yeah.
basis, which I rewatched it again. I got some quotes from that kind of caught my eye. I'm not gonna list every single quote I got because there's
Okay,
way
thank
too
you.
many, and it's
Yeah.
like literally a small fraction of what they were saying.
Make it easier.
Exactly. It's like probably an eighth of what they were saying was like key points, and then the rest of it they were shitting on each other, and it's just like okay.
I did feel like they were repeating so much shit they were talking about. I
They
feel like
were being pretty repetitive, so that's why it
Yeah.
also. It's like there was one thing I accidentally repeated, even though it didn't need to be repeated.
I like the jazz they threw at each other. That was kind of funny.
Would you just shut up, man?
Yeah, dude, because Donald Trump would not be quiet. He just kept on going and going. Like,
I know.
That's one thing that I didn't like was that like he kept interrupting.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I like,
he doesn't
yeah,
know.
no,
when to
I
shut
like how
up.
the moderator had to scream at him, dude, just to make him stop.
Shut up! Shut up!
Just to be quiet, bro.
Shut your fucking mouth up! It's like,
I don't
bruh.
know. I feel like it would have been really funny if like the moderator was Larry King. I don't know why.
Larry.
Imagine if the moderator was Steve Harvey.
And
He'd be
He's gonna put a-
goofing on both of them
he's
so
gonna
hard.
he's gonna put like a Miss Universe in fucking midway of the speeches, dude. He's gonna botch the fucking question, dude.
Oh god, just imagine. Oh my god. That'd be so funny. Okay. So
Alright.
there were some topics that they were talking about that are pretty important. Oh my fucking god, that image, fuck's sake. But there were some topics that they were talking about, which we kind of want to discuss a little bit about. So, some of the stuff that they're mentioning is like the wildfires in California. That was something they mentioned. Healthcare plans, the whole thing in regards to race, as well as the racial sensitivity classes. Everything in regards to the employment as well as the economy.
Ooh, yeah, I thought about that.
Yeah, and then Supreme Court issue with after Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away, they have given it to Amy Coney Barrett, I believe her name is. So they gave her that position as well. So, and
So-
there was also a little bit about Obamacare, because why the fuck not?
I think the topic that I kind of liked the most that they were arguing about was the economy, right?
Oh yeah, which I actually
And-
got a few other quotes.
I mean,
go ahead.
you can't blame Trump because of the fucking virus. You know, like the virus is the problem for this year's economy going to shit
Yeah.
this year. So
Mhm.
I mean,
Definitely.
you really can't give him that much shit. But he has, like, I feel like after Trump was president, there was more jobs, like a lot more than when Obama was. I have to say that.
Yeah, because like when it comes to dealing with money, Trump knows how to like handle that because he's a businessman.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's a businessman.
Yeah. It's like the moderator was mentioning on one of the questions. He mentioned how the economy is recovering faster than expected. The employment rate actually fell from 8.4% from last month. So I mean that's actually not that bad. That's pretty good. So the fact that the unemployment is decreasing, I mean that's good. So it's nice to kind of see that for a change. And it does look like people are starting to recover back from it, so it's nice. Of course, you're still going to have the deaths and whatnot, though. It seems, according to Trump, he was claiming that there's less deaths or whatnot. But I don't know. What do y'all think?
Well, yeah, because he did take action. He did take action pretty soon, and like he shut down the country, and also like the states followed as well. They shut down the states so that way people couldn't travel across them or like visit, which is good. But I don't know when it comes to Biden. I don't know what to believe. He says he would have waited to like shut down the country. What do you guys think about that? Like,
That's just it's just going to be a clusterfuck if he tries shutting it down. I mean, that whole thing's just.
I mean, where it stands now in this whole pandemic, it obviously does make sense. But when Trump first took office back in 2016, 2017, I'm pretty sure you all can recall about the fact that Trump like took ban like travel effects from specific Arabic countries, which was
the travel
a major
ban.
that was a major controversy. Obviously, we didn't like it, but that was and it lasted for 90 days, which nobody's gonna be willing to wait.
And it wasn't Trump necessarily trying to be racist. At least I don't feel that was the case. It was mainly, I mean, there was issues that were going on, and it was an unfortunate situation. But it was like it was one of those, I guess you could say, quote unquote, evil necessities. But I mean, it's one of those you can only do what you can, and it sucks. But it's like it's just kind of part of it, I guess.
There was another. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. It's like how Trump was mentioning where I mean it's like Biden's wanting to shut down the fucking country. But the difference is between Trump and Biden, back when Trump did shut it down as early as he did, he had to because I mean it's like there's this new fucking virus showing up that no one knows about. Which we thought it was deadlier than it actually was. So with them shutting it down early, I mean, it did save a lot of lives, even though there is a huge toll rate, which that portion's unfortunate and it sucks. I mean, Trump says it is what it is, which
I mean, it's better that he did close. I mean, he was just like a week late, right? He was just a week late after like the virus was kind of catching in here. But then he did close it still. He did close it though. So
Biden says that he knew that Trump knew back in February, but I have no idea if that's true or not. I have no clue.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, they both investigate each other, you know. So, I mean, you want to talk about those investigations? Both of them were jabbing each other.
Yeah, it's just such a huge he said, she said situation on that. I mean, they've thrown some numbers around too, which I can't really confirm if they're true or not. It's what the numbers that they've said.
Mm-hmm.
It's like let's see.
The other topic that I like they were talking about was like the climate change and stuff like that, like to make the U.S. more greener.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, when Trump was talking, he was saying like, we can do that, but like the thing is like, what's the point if like we still have all these old ass cars still, right? Like the 2000 and like 90 cars and stuff like that, and like people are still doing the same business. Like how will that work? Because people are still not gonna give that up. And I was kind of like, okay, I kind of get his point of view like that. He can, but like, what's the
One
point
thing
of nothing?
I would
Unless you're
say,
willing to take everybody's car away and replace them with like a brand new electric.
Yeah. let's all
just to
change
get
to a
everyone in a
Tesla,
bunch of little bitty smart cars. Truck drivers would be
Oh my
fuming
God.
over that shit.
Let's get that Cybertruck. You know what I'm saying?
I think speaking of cars, I think if you've heard, in California they passed a legislation saying that in 2035, California's gonna ban all the selling of gasoline cars, whether it's even hybrid. Like they want to go full on electric.
I don't know how that's gonna go.
What the fuck?
Really?
Yeah, really. It was like I think it was some BBC reported with Bloomberg.
I mean, like, have you guys checked the stats of like the pollution when when we were locked down for like 1.5 months? They were saying,
I haven't had a chance to know.
Okay, so
No,
like
I haven't had a chance.
I was watching, like I watched, Internet Historian talked about this too. You guys know who that is, right? Remember I was talking about a while back about like the shit that happened during like lockdown and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he did like a small talk about like when like we went to lockdown, like they're saying that the pollution went down from like that one whole month, and the waters look cleaner than like before. Like right now, they're back to shit, right?
Yeah.
And when I was looking at it, I'm like, bro, we're like the main cause of like all this bad shit. Like at the same time, like, do you think we actually give a fuck about the like how the fucking climate works and shit? Like, I cannot see us being greener if we're like the main problem. Like, how is that gonna work?
Yeah. Even with the Paris Treaty, ever since Trump left it, things are not going better.
Yeah. One thing I will mention though is Trump. There was one thing that I kind of keyed in on with what Trump was saying. He mentions how in regards to the whole wildfires and stuff like that, he did visit a forest city. I don't remember if he said where exactly it was, but he mentions he was talking to one of the leaders there or something like that, and the guy was like, he mentions that with the whole thing going on, I mean, the trees there are a lot more ignitable than they are in California, yet they have no problems there. So why is there all these problems here in California, kind of deal? So it's like, obviously we're doing it's like we're doing something wrong and we're screwing shit up. So my question is it the belief of climate change that's causing it, or is there something more to it, such as the whole issue with cars giving all the fucking nasty fumes and shit? Or I mean, what do you guys think is going on in regards to this?
Hell yeah, they scored another one. I'm sorry.
Are you? Who's playing the soccer game?
I'm what? Yeah,
who's
sorry.
playing, bro?
The national team.
But yeah, anyways, though, I mean, what do y'all think about that whole thing?
I feel like we're it's both, dude. Like the climate change itself and us. I feel like that's what's bringing this fucking down. To be honest, like even I just saw like some shit that NASA reported. Like we're like the Earth itself is making the moon rust. So I'm just like,
yeah, I've been seeing articles about it.
And like also the climate change
changing itself. Is there actual evidence of that, or is it just one of those speculations?
NASA and CNN reported on it. That's what I saw. That the moon is actually rusting because of Earth.
Well, I take CNN's info with a grain of salt, but as for NASA, I mean, if what NASA's saying is true, that's
actually pretty upsetting, dude. Yeah, the moon is going to be red like Mars. They're saying if it keeps on rusting like that.
Yeah, which I think it's important that we try the best we can to try to turn around like the what we're using, like versus like the fumes and the fuels and stuff like that, like using like gases and whatnot, and try to transform it to where we're using electric vehicles and stuff like that. So I mean, and the sense of California passing that whole thing with the electric cars, they're going about it the right way, but there's gonna be a lot of resistance, and it's gonna be a difficult process as well because so many fucking vehicles use that, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not very easy to get the electrical cars. Plus, you have the issue of there's not many like charging stations for these electrical cars. Which I mean, Biden mentions that he wants to put like 5,000 of these electric car units. Which I mean, if we can get those for every single gas station that exists, that'd be phenomenal. But
That is
the whole problem is, I mean,
Definitely.
there's all these like obstacles you come across when making these things. That's I mean, why there's not that many of them for a reason. I mean, there has to be a reason.
I wanna have a 2-hour pit stop at my local gas station, dude. That'd be fucking crazy.
Yo, bet.
You know? Like, dude. That's the thing, man. I feel like if we actually go green, it's gonna take a little bit, like probably more than like 50 years, dude. But
Yeah.
it'll probably still be shit. One of the two, you know.
And then one thing that Trump was mentioning, I think I don't know if he's currently doing it or he's planning to do it, but it's something in regards to a billion trees project, which. First of all, he's trying to one up Mr. Beast, so fuck you. Secondly, though, if that actually does go well, I mean that could definitely help the economy out. That really could. And I think. Go ahead.
You know, they were also talking about like the California fires and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like they were going at that shit like about Brazil and Australia and shit. They were really going about it, right?
Yeah.
And then like Trump, like I don't know which one of them brought it up. Like they're saying, I think it was Trump that said like, you know, it's like it's kind of their fault in a way because they didn't manage to like you know like cut down a few trees so they wouldn't be a forest fire again. You know?
Yeah.
So he was kind of blaming like California itself, like the governor and stuff like that. And I was just like, Well, at the same time, I mean, you could have told him if that was the case as well. But you.
I mean, you had the whole meme of like, oh, let's do a gender reveal. Let's put the forest on fire to tell if it's a boy or it's a boy.
Imagine all the fucking California fires were because of those fucking videos, dude.
Yeah, that whole thing is such a shit show, dude. Honest to fucking God. It's like...
Dude.
And from what I recall what Plan said, I think he said that a lot of it's happening on the hills where the older rich people are.
Mm-hmm.
I think we kind of have to confirm with him and see what the details are. He's over in California. He knows a lot about this stuff. So
no, he said it's all like the rich people that live over there on the top, or like kind of in like the...
Yeah.
I
mean, in regards to California topics, he's going to be definitely the expert in regards to it.
What a fucking epic gender reveal. I just got to say, bro, that was, bro, to set the whole fucking...
Going down in flames.
Oh my God.
Just play the fire in the flames. Just...
Damn, bro.
I'm in here.
They had a concert in mid-fire, bro. Let's go, poggers. Oh my God.
Okay.
Alright.
Anyhow, let me see what else. What other topics? So we talked about employment. We talked about the wildfires. What do y'all think about regards to what they were saying about the healthcare plans? Before we answer that question, one thing I will show is Biden. He was wanting to say that he wanted to. Let me see what that is. He wanted to increase. He wanted to keep Obamacare as well as increase it. Let me see. And he also stated with his whole plan, anyone who qualifies for Medicaid will automatically be enrolled for the public option. I'm not sure what he means by that. I'd have to confirm the context.
Yeah, well, yeah, and he was, but also about Medicaid. He was talking about
Yeah,
he was talking about whether Medicaid is like if their state governor allows it or not. So like, and that like that
Oh,
is a
that was
problem.
yeah, that was.
Yeah, and that was like a point he was trying to make.
Imagine, dude, it's all up to the fucking state governor.
Fuck, dude.
Uh,
Fuck.
I feel like Medicare should stay, and I kind of did like what he was talking about Obamacare, but then I'm like,
The one thing
Is
I
it-
will say, which he also mentions that there are 20 million people getting healthcare through Obamacare, which I looked at that and it appears to be true. But Trump apparently mentioned that Joe agreed with Bernie Sanders on a plan, which I guess Joe's saying otherwise. And as far as the whole Obamacare thing, Trump mentions that he's wanting to fix the healthcare and make it cheaper because he's like, oh, the problem is no matter how well you run it, it's too expensive and the premiums are too high. He said that experts were mentioning that. So
yeah, I actually agree with that. Actually,
How much?
I
is
actually
it?
agree with.
Like, how expensive?
I don't have Medicare, so I can't really. I know my grandma and uncle have it, but they pay like I don't know.
Let me see.
100, 1,000. It depends on it, dude. Depend on what
true.
they like have to use it for.
Yeah, true.
And it is actually expensive for like a small, like a family that can barely afford like rent and food.
Yeah.
So like for them to pay that,
you gotta rely on those. You gotta rely on this food stamps.
Yeah, according to the Healthline website, it says one of the cons for Obamacare. It says many people do have to pay higher premiums, with insurance companies now providing a wider range of benefits and cover people with pre-existing conditions. It causes premiums to rise a lot for people who already had health insurance. So I mean, you're having to pay all these fucking fees and shit, and it's like, really? Come on now. It's like, what are you doing, Obamacare? What are you doing, bruh? And then it also says
You can buy it, but if you want to get something like this, you gotta pay extra.
Oh yeah, that's the problem about it. And then it also mentions taxes are going up as a result of the ACA, which I'd have to figure out what that is. But yeah, I mean,
they're saying that Trump only paid $750 for taxes, and when he was president for the first 2 years, they caught
he's
him
claiming
with.
that he's paid millions and millions, and that in the future people will be able to see his
And it is true that this year they were saying that this year he was the one who paid the most taxes out of everybody. That's what I heard.
Yeah, and he said that people will be able to see his tax return soon. So I mean, it's going to be interesting once that's in the public eye and whatnot. But one thing I will, to play devil's advocate for Obamacare, it looks like it claims that the health insurance is more affordable for many people, is what it's saying. It says insurance company must now spend at least 80% of insurance premiums on medical care improvements. And it also says people with pre-existing health conditions can no longer be denied coverage. So that's actually nice. That's a nice idea to have. But I see that it could be improved without a doubt. So I don't know. The question is, how do you fix this Obamacare? That's the question, let alone replace it.
He's going to replace it as Trump Care.
Trump Care. I think at one point he said Trump Care at one point.
I believe so. Now that you mentioned.
Yeah, so I mean, he mentioned that he's wanting to make it cheaper and things like that. But the question is how you do that. Because I mean, doesn't it have to kind of pay for itself?
That's one thing, dude. I don't know how he's gonna do that.
We'll have to kind of see how time goes. Of course, fucking Biden's coming around. He's like, "Oh, he has no plan." Well, I guess we'll see. Kind of have to see from there.
Only time tells, man. Because, shit.
Like shit, bro. It kind of do be like that. But I mean, in regards to like health insurance and stuff, it's definitely important to know about. And there's still a lot that I don't personally know about, but it's definitely very important to know about health insurance, life insurance, car, automobile insurance, home insurance, all of it. I mean, you really have to understand when you got a good deal or if you're getting fucking scammed. I mean, before you even touch like a car or a house, you really have to sit down and see the whole spectrum of it, in my opinion. Otherwise, it's like you're just wasting money at that point.
Right.
Because like if you don't know things about like interest rate, APR, 401k, just all sorts of stuff like that. It's like you're just going in there
Yeah,
and
you just go in there blind-eyed,
exactly.
really.
It's like you're treading in deep water that could be swarmed with a bunch of alligators, practically. So it's like you're kind of getting screwed over.
Don't go into shark-infested waters without chum.
I guess he'll save you.
Don't
from
worry,
the
guys. Don't worry,
sharks.
guys. Steve Irwin's gonna be there.
Oh yeah, fucking
Come on,
Sharknado and Jaws.
Sharknado.
What a
Shark-
collaboration, dude.
Collaboration. Steve Irwin.
Shit, dude.
That's great.
Yeah, it's definitely important to know a lot about the healthcare stuff. So it's like if you're gonna vote, or those that are able to vote, make sure you're voting for the right reasons. Like, see what they're gonna
your
do for the
research.
healthcare and stuff like that. Yeah, do lots of research because you gotta see.
Don't just
What-
go off of your like.
Yeah.
Don't go off a popularity contest because that's the reason people vote for Trump is they agree with his terms. It's not necessarily that he's a nice guy. No, the fuck he isn't. He's a complete fucking jackass. Everyone knows
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but people are still gonna vote for him. I don't feel like they do their research. I feel like people who vote don't do it. Then they just say, "Yeah, fuck that other guy. Let's go Trump."
Yeah, and I think and there's definitely people that out there that
this
do
guy.
that.
Or let's go Biden. No, I'm playing.
Oh, another topic. The whole thing with the Supreme Court thing. They put Amy Coney Barrett in place of Ruth Bader Ginsburg or whatever her name is. Yeah, she recently passed away, and now Amy Coney has her place. But fucking Biden wants them to wait to put someone in, even though Trump already put her in, and it's like, yeah, you know. So I don't know. Do you think people should wait or not?
Excuse me.
I'd say I would say like wait until the rest of the debates go on because they are gonna have another one.
Mm-hmm. People who want to watch the rest of the debates, you know,
and
just wait.
Get more insight on what they're like getting like.
Unless you're
what they're
being
gonna
peer
vote
pressure,
for.
you have no choice and you have to do it. Just do it.
Peer pressure.
The one thing I will say is, there have been lists of like senators and stuff that they have like practically rushed in there. But wait, what happened?
That was the worst advice I given, dude. If you get peer pressure, just
You're getting peer pressure. Do it, or I'll send photos
I
of
feel
you.
like that's one other thing. I feel like actual peer pressure when it's the voting time, dude. Like, I
Oh,
don't feel
they're
like-
peer pressuring the fuck out of everybody with that.
I remember one time there was a story they were saying like one of the voting shits, like they were asking people after like who they voted for, and they were actually getting on fights after that outside the fucking voting area.
It's like, don't ask people who they voted for. Just don't. Like, mind your fucking business. It's like, you don't need to know who people are voting for. There's certain topics that you don't need to talk about with other people if you know that you're not going to agree. And that's just so happens to be one of them. So it's like, why? Why you talk about it, Chief? Even though we're talking about politics right now, but that's beside the point. But it's like, if you're in a voting place, don't mention it. Mention something else.
It's like, hey,
Other than that,
you come out and you're like, guess who I voted for?
I voted for Kanye. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Can we get Harambe 2020
It's so-
again? Like I
Hell
remember
yeah.
last time.
Yeah, dude. It's so stupid too because now that you mentioned the KO, I remember the whole Casey Neistat thing. It's so fucking dumb.
Oh my
I will be-
god.
I will be voting
I voted
for Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton. I will be voting for Hillary Clinton.
And we never saw him again.
Practically, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
That
Rest in
whole
peace.
fucking thing. I was
She's
just
still
like,
alive.
I enjoyed the content up until that point.
yeah, he was a goofball. No doubt. I mean, he probably makes great content in his vlogs and whatnot, but
Mhm.
I'm not someone who really watches him, so it's not my cup of tea. For other people, sure, but for me, nah.
What a trip.
Exactly.
Wow.
Excuse you.
That's
You're welcome.
wow. That's real professional.
I know, right?
Did you forget the name of
This
this
is how
podcast?
not to
You
podcast,
gotta
bro.
Yeah.
You gotta get
We
in
don't.
the
We
arm.
still don't know what the fuck we're doing.
We never know, bro.
Yeah. We just
I
talk.
was once a young little boy, and
I'm just
and
a
he-
poor boy.
and he asked, "What's a good
I
podcast
need
to
no
watch?"
sympathy.
You know what I told him?
It-
You know what I told this little boy to watch?
What do you tell him?
I told him to watch a different podcast called Mine Sucks Ass. So I'm like,
Yeah, if you want to know how not to make a podcast, then you can watch this. Otherwise, don't watch this garbage shit, bruh.
we're a DIY tutorial of what not to do, and
Practically.
but we still do it.
Bro, we're like fucking how to basic, except we're to show you how not to do it.
We're like how not to basic, but we're like 2 hours long. That's the best thing, you know, more than he has.
Bruh, but
I'm fine.
for fuck's sake. Alright, this last topic that I have here, it shows that it's in regards to the whole thing with the protests as well as just the whole rioting and shit. I mean, honestly, in my thoughts, I think both sides have kind of fucked shit up at the end of the day. I mean, you got the peaceful protest, yeah, and then you have hard right there. It's like, all I say your rights and shit. And then you have the other side towards like Antifa's doing all the stupid shit. And then you have all these rioters destroying businesses and properties and shit. And it's like,
Ooh,
both sides, what the fuck?
that was okay. Look, that riot thing where like people were actually just robbing stores. Don't get me wrong. I feel like who actually do it? You know, if like you were in a bunch of group of people and just actually rob a store, will you actually guys do it?
Fuck no.
No.
I'll think about it. But
Jesus Christ! I didn't expect that.
Wait, hold on.
Think about
Hold on. Okay. I was thinking also like, you know, like they were kind of right. Like, why would you have to do this type of little like riot that went overboard to the point where you're like we burned the fucking police station down? You know, anarchy. I don't think that was a good thing that happened. Like, I feel like that just made it really bad.
It's like the whole
And you
thing
know,
with George Floyd and
oh my!
her name?
Dude, the George at the beginning nobody knew, but now like more evidence of George Floyd is coming out. You know, we
Yeah,
buried
yeah.
a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Who's the
I heard it, dude. I thought he was actually like just a normal African American, like
No.
working in a different city, but
No.
he was actually like running away from the fucking cops.
Yeah, there's all sorts of shit that was actually going down with that. Which I mean,
He has a record.
the cop
Mhm.
fucked up big time though. Regardless, even if the guy had a
yeah,
record,
okay, the cops did.
Mhm.
Don't.
Yeah.
yeah, the cop
Like-
had
like-
no
yeah,
right
like
to do
even-
that.
Like even what Shadow King said, like even like back over like, oh, he did this and he did that before. What the cop did was really unjustifiable.
Yeah,
True,
the cops.
yeah.
Okay, dude, that's too much. Like he
It was-
actually
yeah,
used
it
too
was-
much.
Yeah,
force.
too much force.
Completely
And keep this,
unnecessary.
and for the viewers, keep this in mind. I have no bias for the law enforcement. Hell, my fucking father's is a retired officer, so it's like, but seeing this, it's like, you don't put your fucking knee on his neck for that long. You don't do that shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
If he's already handcuffed, why will you still keep him like in the fucking position where he can like actually?
well, it's
be
not even
breathing? Like,
necessarily
that's-
with them being handcuffed. It's he had his knee on his fucking neck, and you're not supposed to put it on his neck. Now, different places they have different kind of trainings to where you put it on like the back of the
Their
shoulder
back.
or something
Their
like
back,
that.
yeah.
But you don't put it on the fucking neck.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you don't do that shit. And then who was the the nurse that got killed? Whatever. I'm bad with names. Someone
About the what?
The thing that's worse, the whole case that was worse with the black lady that got killed. the
Okay,
nurse.
wait, is it me or is he cutting off a little bit?
Can you hear me?
He's
No,
fine.
there we
Yeah,
He's fine
yeah.
for me. He wasn't cutting off at all.
Oh, okay. But who is that again? I can't remember. And I'm gonna get shit for this.
Mm.
Breonna Taylor, is that what you're talking
But
about?
Yes. Breonna Taylor. That whole situation, bro. What
I
the?
heard.
They,
Wait. What was that? What was that situation? Remind me again. I know the name, but like I just don't remember.
I think it was like back like somewhere in the Carolinas, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
or somewhere in the central states, and she was like sleeping along with his husband at the time,
Uh huh.
and she got wrongfully shot to death in her own home.
She
Yeah,
was a
Um,
wasn't she
nurse,
shot
right?
like
She was
20
a
times
nurse.
or something?
She was a
yeah,
nurse,
20
right?
times.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
it was like it was one of those no knock warrants.
Yeah,
Oh
true.
my.
yeah.
Which
She.
the idea of no knock warrants, those are so dangerous for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's
Mm-hmm.
like,
Hmm.
Yeah,
because like
well,
if someone
okay,
on
yeah,
the other side
because
doesn't know who the hell is on the other side, like if someone's not if someone barges into my house and I don't know who the hell they are, obviously I'm gonna draw a weapon on them and defend myself because they're
Yeah, because
intruding.
you don't know
You don't
unless
know
you
that
see
it's law
the.
enforcement. So it's like the
mm-hmm.
law enforcement, they're at risk, and the people that are inside the house, they're at risk too. So it's such a dangerous situation. So it's like,
Yeah,
eh,
that one's that one's a little bit. Mm.
Hmm.
I
Which
completely
which
agree.
which which does make more sense, but at the end there should be like no violence, no riots. Back like in the Floyd incident, there should be like no violence, no riots type of thing. That's not gonna help anything at all.
yeah, pretty much.
No.
But you know,
And
Yeah,
then you have
stuff
those that
happens.
just riot for the sake of rioting because they
yeah,
want to be
it's
fucking Neanderthals about it.
completely unnecessary. You can be way more civilized than that.
They don't want to
Hmm.
be
Yeah.
civilized. They just
Definitely.
want to destroy shit. Like the individuals that do the rioting, it's like there's some of them that are just like they want to destroy shit just because they want to be fucking assholes.
They let
And you're gonna have assholes on every side, but it's like, why are you just gonna go and fucking throw bricks in a business that had nothing to do with it and fucking rob them?
they're too busy letting their emotions carry them. And
And I don't even
uh,
think it's emotions wise. I think they're just trying to be fucking assholes about that.
yeah,
It's like if you're gonna target someone, then fucking target the fucking government and shit that's allowed this to happen. Like fucking hold the fucking court of, court of justice accountable for this shit. Hold the higher ups accountable. But don't go at fucking small businesses that didn't do any that have nothing to do with it.
mm.
It's like they're and the business owners, I mean, they're fearful of their lives and they're fearful of losing all this fucking money because of the vandalism. And from what I recall, there's some businesses that don't even have insurance that can cover this. So it's like it's such a shitty situation.
Hmm. And keep this in mind. This is all happening during the coronavirus pandemic, where yes, what you mentioned earlier, the economy is reviving, but it's still not up to its peak when before this whole pandemic thing, and it's just not right at all.
no, no, man. And plus, this year in general has not been a good one. Not for anybody at
No,
all.
not at
So,
all.
Yeah, this
Like
whole thing
like
with
even
the virus is
personal experiences, it's just not going well.
yeah, it's such a shitty situation. This whole thing. I mean, I don't even know. It's just this whole thing is just turned into a complete cluster fucking. Everyone's not using any sense of logic at the end of the day, and I'm talking both sides. It's not me favoring one side or the other. It's everyone.
yeah, I always look at like both ends of the string.
Yeah, it's like the people that are doing the peaceful protests. It's like I have no ill will towards them. They're just wanting to try to
No, yeah,
make a
yeah. Just
change.
they just want justice change. Like that. That's the good
Exactly.
part.
They're not doing anything bad if they're just actual peacefully protesting. But as soon as you get the fucking bricks, as soon as you get the torches, as soon as you get the tear gas involved, then it's like that. It's no longer peaceful anymore. It's a fucking riot at that rate.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that whole
mean,
situation.
yeah,
um.
I do have respect for the people that do try to be peaceful about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I do too. But it's just as soon as you have those bad apples that try to cause havoc, like fucking Antifa. Which also, I want to point out. I want to point something out. And with the whole thing with what Biden was saying, there was one thing Biden said. he was like, "Oh, Antifa, it's an idea, not an organization." I heard that in the fucking political debate, and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
God, dude, I can't believe, dude.
Yeah, he said that shit, and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Dude, that caught me so off guard.
I was, dude. It also caught me off guard when he said that, dude. I'm like, dude, did he actually just say that?
Yeah, I was like, dude.
You want to explain like to the
Just
people
say
who
psych
don't
right
know
now.
what that is? You want to know?
Exactly, say psych right now. It's like
Say
some of his
psych.
terms, I was like, okay, maybe they're all right, but as
You
soon as he
wanna-
said that, I'm
yeah,
like,
you wanna
nope, you fully lost me.
You want to explain to the listeners what that is?
What, Antifa?
The ones who don't know.
What, Antifa?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, pretty much. They are like the KKK, but for the radical left, I guess you could say. I mean, the whole idea is what it was all about was they're anti-fascists, but at the end of the day, what they really do is they try to do whatever it takes to harm the right side any possible way they can, but they contradict themselves because they make the left look bad and they practically make African Americans look like complete ass and shit. Honestly, they make them look so bad because, and it's like Antifa. They're filled with so much hatred and violence.
Yep.
It's like they're only worsening things for everyone. They're
Yeah.
like they're a hate organization. So it's like
and Trump even announced a new platinum plan that's gonna make Antifa a terrorist organization.
yeah, both Antifa and KKK.
Yeah,
so
Antifa.
both of them are hate organizations, which we don't condone whatsoever. So
dude, fuck them.
yeah, we don't condone those two groups. Fuck them. They can fucking eat shit and die for all I care. But yeah, in regards to the whole Trump's platinum plan, I mean, it's gonna be interesting how that goes. It really will.
I want to see how that works.
At least we have something to hold against him if he does become president again. Well, if he wins this election.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he'll keep his word on that one, especially that one.
No,
That's gonna
I'm sorry. I just saw the worst news in my whole life, dude. Oh my god, I can't believe what I just read.
What?
Oh,
What?
Oh, you guys want me to read this?
Sure, go for it.
Sure, go for it.
Okay, hear me out. All right. BTS Army spokesperson John Cena explains what made him stand, bro. I'm done.
John Cena's a K-pop
star? He's the fucking spokesman. He said it on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. I'm done. I'm done.
Yikes.
I don't support him anymore. I don't believe in him.
Yikes. Weeaboo.
John Cena.
He probably has an alt in Twitter and he fucking roasts everybody who doesn't like BTS, dude. Oh my god.
Hey, Angel, you and John Cena have something in common. Oh, he left. Yo, Angel, did you hear what I said?
No, dude, I disconnected at the last second.
I said you and John Cena have something in common now.
Oh my god.
All right, so I think we've been on this podcast long enough.
Hold on, we have one more special guest.
Wait, we do? What?
Bro, two Mads.
Yes.
Bro, two Mads.
No, we don't have
money now. Because two Man is like on a roll against the K-pop right now.
Oh boy.
Didn't he did like a phone review or something like that?
Yeah, dude, he did a phone review. It was so fun.
Oh god.
Dude, his editing is insane, dude. He edits like his free subscription is about to end, dude. Like honestly.
Damn,
I like his Linus Tech video he did with Linus Tech.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was pretty good.
Bruh. But anyhow, yeah. Anything else we want to talk about, or what y'all think?
I mean, I don't know. Fuck, dude. There's actually been a lot of news these past weeks since we recorded the last time.
Oh hey,
but like
y'all, the new Cleveland Brown voice actor,
Azers. Oh yes.
Azers.
I didn't know about that.
You guys know Azers, a YouTuber named Azers. He does like
yeah. He does like
impersonation
voice acting,
of like cartoon. Yeah.
Oh, he's the new Cleveland Brown?
Yeah.
Yes, a YouTuber became the Cleveland Brown.
Yeah, dude.
That's
incredible, dude. And he's actually black, so he can actually play the character.
Yeah, dude. So that's why
the reason The
That's why
reason
the
the other
original
one-
actor stepped down, because he wanted a person of color to play a character of color.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
He thought it was a little bit
and that's
too.
actually a good amount of respect, I would say.
Yeah.
So he got hired, I think, like 2 days ago
Yeah. 2 days ago.
to be the new.
That's actually pretty cool.
I'm actually
and
proud
the-
of
Yeah,
him. Yeah.
that's really awesome.
Yeah, and the previous voice actors like training him to like actually like get in like how to know how to do the shit, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's pretty
And
cool.
that helps the YouTube community. Those YouTubers that are wanting to
Dude,
try to
that's-
get into the acting and whatnot.
I think
that
did he
helps
say
them
goodbye already, or is he doing a goodbye video? Because he's saying he's gonna do it now.
I think so.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
We'll just
Mm.
have to wait for that.
yeah, that's incredible too. Yeah, I forgot
Best of
about
luck
that,
to
man.
him. Absolutely, best of luck to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, Family Guy is one of my favorite shows. So
I
That's
mean,
my favorite
yeah.
anime.
it's
I'm
my favorite
surprised that
anime.
like Family Guy's actually funny. To be honest, still to this day, you know, I don't know how,
Yeah.
but like they still do it. It
Yeah.
still is.
Hmm
It's like the whole thing with the Simpsons, dude. It's like they've been around forever.
Yeah.
I think the creator said he's gonna end it, but he doesn't know. Like probably these upcoming years.
I think
He's gonna-
he said that so many times that he was going to end it, but he never has. So I take.
I
it with a
think
grain
it's
of salt.
time, dude. I feel like
Yeah, I
these
think it's
will-
time.
Dude,
It's been
going
gone
on
Time
for
for
a
The
long
Sims.
long time. It's been going
Well,
on.
how long? Like 30 years now? Almost.
I think so.
They should go for 50 years and see what happens. And then on the
What is-
50th year,
what
they're
is
just like,
this?
yeah, we're
Oh
done
my-
now.
Bro, it's like Dragon Ball, dude. They're gonna go for 50. They're gonna hit that shit.
What new predictions will they come up this time?
I know, right? For real.
They predict that we all die from a meteor. The end. That's it.
Yay, we all get nade. Hooray.
Oh my god. I forgot that The Simpsons had like a bunch of predictions that came true, like the Donald Trump becoming president and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Or
just
like the creation of VR headsets. Like the
Wait, they came
Oculus.
up. They actually predicted that?
Yeah, when you know how like the VR headsets are connected to the computer like that now.
Hmm.
That's how they predicted that exactly.
No fucking way. That's
Yeah. I mean,
Turns
yeah,
out someone that's time travel makes the episodes. You're like, oh yeah, by the way, this happens in the future. That happens in the future. Don't forget this. It's like, fuck, dude.
Oh yeah. Have you guys heard about the new AMD Ryzens and the fucking Nvidia graphics cards, the 380 that came out?
Hmm.
No, I haven't.
That-
Dude,
No, I haven't.
Dude, okay, so
yo,
today
they're
they
all
came out with
sold out,
that.
dude. Like all like the
Oh,
3080s
yeah, I
are all
saw
sold
that.
out.
I saw that.
Damn, dude.
How powerful is it though? Like, can you?
It's just. Well, I wouldn't say it's like it's like a lot better than. Well, it is. I wouldn't say it's like a whole lot better than the 2080, but
Mhm.
it like the performance and everything. It's just it's just like a tad bit than the 2080. You do get better frames
Yeah.
consistently, whatever. Dude, and the card is
'Cause-
huge.
Fuck. I think like yesterday they announced a new Ryzen chip, a AMD Ryzen chip. So the new AMD Ryzen chip is it's a 7 5800X. It's as powerful as the Intel 9, like the latest Intel 9. That's how powerful the new 7 one is.
Damn,
That's
son.
insane. Yeah.
Shit. Been talking
Well,
about quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Are we gonna end it here?
What do you guys what do you think is gonna happen these last few months of 2020?
We're all
And
gonna
this-
die.
apart.
All gonna die.
Okay, that may be true because like it's winter time is coming for us.
Winter
We
is
can't tell if
coming.
it's a cold or.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be very difficult by then to tell the difference.
Mhm. My prediction is you actually have the virus, but you were capping this whole time, dude. You were never sick. You never had a cold, bro.
Exactly. It was just
You call it
spring,
lacking,
bro.
man.
All right. I told
think
Plan
it's
to
time
join
to
the.
call it time here, boys.
Yeah.
Wait, I got one more. Wait, I have one more. I want somebody to end
Okay.
off the podcast with a bang, dude. It's Plan. He's gonna do a special,
Oh.
Is he actually
Goodbye.
gonna fucking show up or?
Nah.
in the butt. He's in the butt.
All right, tell him to get the fuck in then.
Yeah, I'm telling him right now.
we gotta throw it all in. Go
Gotta
all
fucking
in.
wait
What's
like.
you gonna tell? What's you gonna like dare him to like tell everyone
gonna
in the
end
bus
it.
to
Alright,
follow
he's
us
typing
on
back, please.
Anchor?
We're gonna hear the background sound.
We need the
Yeah.
background sound like, hey, guys.
So the viewers that are watching right now, get ready for some terrible fucking audio. Your discretion has been advised.
Alright, he's joining.
Yeah.
Alright.
Let me ring him. Let me ring him.
Your discretion has been advised.
Hey, there's the man.
No, hold on. No, he's ringing.
Nice.
Yes,
It's just ringing.
Da 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 da. So
Drum roll,
funny, dude.
please.
Oh my god, come on, you can't back off of this one, dude. You said you will.
Next thing we hear is like a hurricane in the background.
Oh, here he is.
Hey!
All right, you got to close the show, boy.
What's up?
Hello, Plan. How you been?
Hey, welcome to the final few episodes of this episode's podcast. How are you doing?
Final
today?
few episodes, what?
Few minutes,
The
you
final
idiot.
few minutes.
You mean the final few minutes of this episode?
Yeah, that's what I meant, God.
Alright, Plan, you want to end the
Sounds
podcast? You want to end the podcast today?
You want to say something?
Your Honor?
Wait, what? I can't hear you guys at all.
You want to end the podcast, please?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, bro. Say
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
Alright,
something.
what do you want to say? Oh, hold on, let me say, how was that?
10 out of 10.
Thanks for joining the podcast, guys. Make sure to check us out on Anchor.fm. We'll see you guys later.